Well, hey guys, happy Monday. So, you all have been asking for me to show a kind of updated AM skincare routine, so I thought it was about due as well, since, I've been trying out some new stuff here and there, and I do have a couple of things that are sticking, and I've basically been doing the same thing. So, here's everything that I'm using, and I'll show you how I use it. First up, you'll see it's sunscreen predominant with some of the Asian skincare products. But every morning I like to use a 2% salicylic acid wash to oil-bearing areas on my face. And lately I've been using this one by Alba Botanica, the Acne Dote Deep Pore Wash. I selected it because it is a 2% salicylic acid wash, which is what I prefer to use. You guys wanted me to try out some cruelty-free things, and this one is. And I'm also using the Biore UV Aqua Rich Watery Gel Sunscreen from Japan. It is SPF 50 plus with a PA UVA ranking of 4 plus, as well as my good old friend Hada Labo, the Super Plumping Gel Cream. I use this as a humectant to my wet face. I layer my sunscreens as if I were painting a wall in my house. And for my second layer, I come in with the Nivea from Japan. And these sunscreens are pretty watery, so we need a moisture seal on top. And to do that, I've been coming in with my CeraVe AM, which I love, and also as a sunscreen. A lot of sunscreens here. And then, of course, not changing my CeraVe healing ointment to my lips, and my Maybelline Colossal Mascara to my lashes, because that's all the makeup your girl can be bothered with. If you're new here and you're tuning in for makeup recs, yeah, I am not a makeup guru. I just am not skilled in that department. I am all about skincare and sun protection. So anyways, I think in some of my earlier skincare routines, many folks got confused. Why is it necessary to cleanse? I don't use this for cleansing. I use this to have contact time with 2% salicylic acid, which is the active ingredient in this wash. And studies have shown that when this is in contact with the skin, it quickly penetrates the oil-bearing surfaces within a matter of seconds and begins to be effective. This helps me, and the reason I use it is for acne control, as well as kind of concentrating in oil-bearing surfaces of the skin, like my forehead, around my nose, my jaw area, and cheeks, where things can get oily, shiny, and see. So I like to make use of 2% salicylic acid wash for this purpose. You notice I don't scrub my face or anything like that. I also avoid getting this product around my eyes or around my mouth because it's acid, so it can sting there. Then I've rinsed my face, and I'm going to come in with Hada Labo Super Plumping Gel Cream just to hold some of the water on my face. This is a humectant. Previously, I was using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, and I've since switched to this. And I've got to say, guys, this product has some stretch to it. I mean, you saw the tiny amount that I'm using, and I just put a few daubs kind of on the apples of my cheeks here, just to sort of hold on to water. And that little itty bitty pea goes a long way. I'm just kind of lightly finger tapping it all over my face. Can you see that? I mean, that little amount really does go quite far. You do not need a lot of this, and as a result, I'm finding that it is lasting a long time. It is fragrance free, which I love. Unfortunately, it does have methylchloroisothiazinolone in it, so if you're allergic to that, you may want to avoid it, but I like it. Alright, now I'm going to come in with the beginnings of what is most important, and that is sun protection. And I'm having fun with these Japanese sunscreens. This one by Biore, the watery gel. You can see it is really liquidy, and this is not greasy. This is not heavy at all. It is very watery. I have also tried the watery essence, and the watery essence is a little bit more watery-er than the gel. If you're new here, these are some Japanese sunscreens that I've recently been trying out, and unlike the chemical sunscreens in the US, these have some unique filters that offer a little bit more potentially reliable protection into the UVA range. And what I'm loving about them is they don't sting or irritate whatsoever. I mean, I can get this all around my eyes and it doesn't burn at all. And it's nice and hydrating just going on. It's pretty watery, as I mentioned. If you're somebody with dry skin, any type of skin, honestly, I think you'd find these very pleasing in comparison, at least if you're here in the US. In comparison to our chemical sunscreens, the aesthetics of how this goes on is far superior without a doubt. I can attest to its actual UV protection because to do that I would need to do some UV testing, and I don't really have the capacity to do that. But I haven't gotten any excessive darkening of my skin. I tan fairly easily, and since I've been using these, I don't notice that I'm tanning. And it takes a lot to burn me, but I haven't gotten a burn. So here's the first layer of the sunscreen. And you all ask me, why do I layer sunscreen? As I said, it's kind of like painting the walls of your house. They're going to be skip areas, so I'm going to definitely come in with another layer here. And so I'm using the Nivea sunscreen, also from Japan, the Protect Water Gel Super SPF 50 with a UVA ranking of 3+. You guys might ask, I just clarified why I use 2 layers of sunscreen. You may ask, why am I using 2 different chemical sunscreens? Solely because I have the 2 products and I want to use them. I like both of them a lot. I gotta say, I love the Nivea pump action. It's got a cool cap on it that I think is a really unique feature of it, versus having to unscrew the cap and dump it out on your hands. I think it makes it even more accessible for on-the-go purposes. So I'm loving that. And you can see I make sure and get a good layer all over my neck. And it's kind of fun rubbing this in, I have to be honest with you guys, as well as my upper lip, around my mouth. This goes on really well on the lips, I have to say. You know, unlike the US sunscreens, which kind of, you know, pill up on your lips, especially if you've got a little bit of chapped lips, these go on really nicely. They're very watery though, which is fine. I think that's why they feel nice, but they're not overly oily or heavy or anything. And so what I'm getting at is that they're not really super moisturizing, but they're not drying. Okay, so you can see it's still a little wet on my face, but it's basically the first layer, 2 layers here. And like I said, they're pretty watery, so that water is kind of going to evaporate. And I noticed if I just stopped here, that as the water evaporated, my skin would be left a little less than super moisturized, which I'm always going for 2 things with my skincare routine: sun protection and moisturization. I think that helps keep the skin healthy regardless of what skin type you have, if it's oily, shiny, quote-unquote mature, or, you know, sensitive. An impaired skin barrier is just susceptible to irritation and what have you. So the next step that I'm going to come in with, as kind of everything is settled and just a little bit damp, is I'm going to seal that water in next. And to do that, I'm coming in with a good old drugstore favorite, my CeraVe AM Sunscreen. And I can't believe the aesthetics of how the Japanese sunscreens blend with this bad boy. It's pretty remarkable. This, if you're new here, is a combination sunscreen that's got zinc in it as well as some chemical filters. It does not contain avobenzone. So this provides in and of itself some pretty reliable and consistent protection against UVA and UVB. I'm putting a good layer on here, but the reason I want it on here is also because it's moisturizing and helps seal the water into my skin. This product contains ceramides, which you know, can help the skin repair itself, repair the skin barrier. It also contains niacinamide, which some people find irritating, but those that don't don't may notice that it helps reduce redness. Studies have shown that. So I really like the CeraVe products, and the CeraVe products that contain niacinamide I find I tolerate well. And I really love this sunscreen. I mean, I think it's fantastic. I think it's great if you're a darker skin type. It blends really well into the skin, doesn't leave a white cast, and you can see the aesthetics of it going on here nicely over the Japanese chemical sunscreens. I mean, I have got such a sun protection layer on right now, guys. It's like, I mean, this is anti-aging, wrinkle prevention right here. Not to mention the key motivation for me, which is skin cancer prevention. At least I feel comfortable that I've got a good SPF game going strong today. Okay, now my good old favorite. This is my CeraVe Healing Ointment that I like to just kind of seal over the top of my lips, mostly because I'm prone to dry, chapped lips. Because you know what, guys? As you may have noticed if you watch in my vlogs, I chew a lot of gum and I get some irritation around my lips. So alright, so next up I come in with my good old Maybelline Colossal Mascara. This is as makeup as I'm going to get here. And this is how I put it on. I never double pump the wand because somebody told me not to when I first started using makeup, I don't know, back when I was 13. And I just kind of close my eyelashes down over the wand and repeat on the other side. But that's basically what I've been doing every morning, guys. No magic, just sun protection and moisturization. Stay tuned for Monday of next week. I'll show you guys what I do at nighttime for my updated nighttime skincare routine. But thank you guys so much for recommending that I check out some of these Japanese sunscreens. I'm really enjoying them. I've got a few new ones to try out in the lineup, so stay tuned for that. But this is working. I hope you guys enjoyed the updated routine. Comment below. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.